Wrong way. Hello, this is Sweeney, and this is my infographic about alcohol consumption and alcohol death rates around the world. And it comes from a huge data set from the Organization of Economic Cooperation. On the left, we have the consumption of alcohol across the globe and average liters of pure alcohol consumed per person per year. So right away, we're starting to see some groupings in Europe here with very similar consumption of alcohol, and Asian countries and Middle Eastern countries consuming a lot less alcohol per year. And then I used a tree map to allow users to compare to more fully see the range of alcohol consumption across the countries. And again, we're seeing very similar alcohol consumption in Europe, and then South America and Asia having a lot lower alcohol consumption, as well as Middle East. Then I used a bar graph so that users could more discreetly differentiate between the countries and see the measurement differences between them. We can really see how Turkey and Indonesia really stick out as being so drastically smaller, consuming so much less alcohol than some of the European countries, and how similar Ireland, Austria, and France are in their alcohol consumption. So yeah, and some of the reasons why these countries are so low is that some of their alcohol is actually being consumed off the record. In India and Indonesia, they have really high restrictions on alcohol, and Indonesia actually has really high taxes, which has created sort of an underground bootlegger kind of trade for alcohol. So, all right, and then on the right we have average alcohol-related deaths per 1,000 people per year. And I'm using the same color scheme here, so the user doesn't have to relearn the colors, and we're seeing that South Africa really sticks out. In the tree map, you can see that it's almost twice the size of the next highest death country, which is the United Kingdom. And I don't know exactly why that is, but I did find out that 58% of the road deaths are attributed to drunk driving in South Africa. So there's something going on in that culture which is really creating a really high amount of alcohol-related deaths. And so as we saw the other graph, the European countries were really high consumers, but countries like France are the second lowest in alcohol-related deaths. So I think that says something about the culture that European countries bring to drinking alcohol. And like Denmark and Estonia, Estonia, for instance, is fairly high here, but then very low when it comes to overall deaths. Now, my last graph is average years lost from premature alcohol-related deaths. And so this means that the higher the amount, the younger the population is that's dying of alcohol-related deaths. And right away, we're seeing that Estonia is the most salient, the biggest, with 145 years lost per year, which is really interesting considering that they're one of the lower countries of one of the lower death rate countries. So there's something as well. We have France here, which is pretty high on the list, but there's something going on in these countries that the younger people are either not able to talk about their alcohol use and abuse, or they're feeling pressured to consume more alcohol, or something's happening there, which I think is interesting. So, all right, that's it. Thanks.